So, meron tayong special guest today, mga kapatid.
Lagi kang naka-jockey.
Oo.
Jockey? Pangmayaman.
Pero dress to. Tiga may upo ko.
Nakabuka na siya, ready na siya, oh. Pwede bang dalhin yung camera dito sa loob? Para makita ng netizens.
Kasi ang pag-uusapan natin, netizens, ay usapang hunk.
Yes.
Dahil nga dyan, may makakasama tayo today na sobrang, hindi ko na nga napigilan yung sarili ko kanina. Talagang, sabi ko sa kanya, ang pogi mo.
Aalamin natin kung Phil-am ba siya or purely Canadian or ano ba yung halo niya para ganun, maging ganun yung mukha.
Gwapo, no?
Oo. Talagang hindi natin madedenay na pogi din talaga
First time
siya.
ko makakita ng ganun ka pogi. First time
Totoo
talaga.
ba?
Oo.
Sa Bacolod, wala kang nakita?
Oo. Sa pagtabi niya, iba pa yun. Iba pa yun.
Wala na, nabulunan na yun.
Ang gwapo niya. So, ayun nga, mga kapatid, alamin natin kung ano yung Pero, I think napapanood niyo siya sa Viva Max.
I think, Pa-demure, no? Di ba galing kang wanted sa radyo? So, dapat ikaw yung matapang.
Ayun nga.
Tsaka, nakakatuwa talaga yung mga babae dito ngayon.
So, ano nga pala
Pati si Glyza, napakasipag sumundo.
Oh, syempre, Glyza pa ba? Parang si Udit nagdadalawang isip. Ayan, alamin natin. Pero mga girls, eto, syempre, tignan na rin natin sa, kasi di ba may mga nagsasabi, pogi, o ano ba yung medyo bad, downside sa pagiging pogi naman. May downside ba? Wala naman.
Siguro, I feel like dapat siya ang sasagot nun.
Oo, so alamin natin. Tapos yung mga ilang mga boys perspective, baka masasagot niya.
Like, top or bottom?
Top or bottom?
Tatanong mo ba talaga yun?
Parang hindi, ayoko.
Hindi mo kaya kasi
Off-air na
katabi
lang.
mo siya. Uy! Ang lupit mo, ma.
Off-air na lang?
Ikaw, kung kaya mo. Hindi ka nga makagalaw kanina eh.
Hindi. Siyempre, alamin din natin yung mga perspective ng isang lalaki pagdating sa girls, 'di ba? Pagdating sa career.
In short, uusisahin natin yung yung love life
Oo.
niya.
Siyempre, kung ano yung mga struggle ko sa work niya, 'di ba? Kasi siyempre, may mga love scene siyang ginagawa. So, may mga times ba na nade-develop or
may awkwardness ba?
Yes, oo.
Sa mga balak artista
Oo.
na may love scene.
may
Paano ka
training, may proper training.
Oo, sa ganon.
Inaaral. Floor director. Floor director ang atake ni Blink
Oo,
na yan.
pero hindi, kasi ay nako guys, pag nakita nyo talaga, baka talagang ulit-ulitin nyo tong episode. Baka sabihin nyo okay lang kahit ma-extend ng 4 hours.
Kasi syempre, sa mga lalaki, iba pa din yung dating ng depende ba ang face nila sa paghahanap ng love life nila. Syempre, ganyan kapugi. Alam mo, maghanap ka din ng shakaness, diba? So, mga gano'n, ano ba yung mga preferred na may mga girls ba siya na, kumbaga, standard talaga, ito talaga yung
Gusto?
Kasi, syempre, hassle din sa pagiging pogi yun di ba?
Yes.
Kailangan, pag pogi ka, maganda rin ang girlfriend mo.
Yeah. May pressure na gano'n.
Pag maganda ka, kailangan pogi ang girlfriend.
Oo, lalo na sa society natin
Oo,
na...
pero syempre, may mga love wins talaga.
Yes.
Diba?
Yun naman ang pinaka-importante kasi at the end of the day, love pa rin talaga. Diba?
Pero syempre, tignan natin, mamaya, kasi hindi pa ako talaga nagkakaroon ng, alam mo yung mga katabi na ganyan na sobrang pogi. Syempre, tanongin din natin kung paano ba ang love life niya, yung career niya.
Paano
diba?
niya napagsasabay kung pinagsasabay niya, I guess. So, baka hanggang mga 11 siguro kami dito. Lilinisin namin yung studio.
Ayun na siya!
Pasok ako?
Oo. Ay, sige, pumasok ka na. Yan.
Hi.
Ano ba? Ang pogi
Hindi
niya.
na siya wala na, nanigas na tong katabi ko.
Ang pogi niya nga.
Oh, ready na ba? Ikaw na magpakilala.
Para siyang
Focus.
para siyang santo.
Focus ako.
Para siyang santo. Tingnan mo mata niya. Okay, eto na mga kapatid. Ayan na, nagsitayuan na yung mga girls. Ayan na si Glyza. Sabi ko sa'yo. Oh, ayan. Glyza. Oh, Ayan. Oh, no! Ayan, usapang
Ayan.
hang tayo today. Ayan, mga kapatid, let us all welcome Nico Locco,
Yes.
na isang model and actor,
And
event
event
host. Ayan. Hi, Sir Nico. Hi, Nico. Magandang
Oh,
hapon.
Sir Nico. Ilang taon ka na ba? Actually, we can... Nako, bakit kasi in-off mo? Kanina naka-green yan.
Nice
Ano ka pala?
Oh,
Ayan, we're in na.
ayan.
Ayan.
Yes.
Sige, mag-hi ka muna sa netizens.
Hello everyone, ako po si Nico Locco, and I just want to say maraming salamat for having me on your show. And I'm very excited to start Usapang Hunk.
Ayan, natutulala ako sa kanya. I swear.
Sprayan kaya kita
Ngayon
sa
lang
mata.
ako nakakita ng ganyang kapogi sa
Ay,
personal.
really?
Yeah.
Mas pogi ako sa person?
Oh, hindi. Pwede, both.
Mas hot sa
Siyempre, mas
picture.
pogi ka sa personal, oo. Nalay ko yata kasi yung picture niya kanina, aksidente. Kakastok ko yan.
Magpalit ka na ng upuan. Basta na.
Kakastok ko yan. Pero Nico Locco talaga ang last name.
Oh, Nico Locco talaga. Pero it's screen name lang eh. My mom gave me this name when I was a kid. Kasi medyo rambunctious ako. I'm always breaking things and running around the house.
Kaya Locco.
Kaya Locco. Kasi Locco in Italian
Maloko ka.
means crazy. May similar meaning in Tagalog eh.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
slightly different kasi dito, Locco is like, it could be perceived as cheater or parang manipulative.
May naalala ka na naman.
So that wasn't really my purpose when I chose the name. It was more on like medyo crazy ako because I am a bit baliw.
Kasi, kanina sabi ko dun sa lobby, may dadating na guest. Ano last name? Sabi ko, ala, yung last name niya, teka, Locco? Sabi ng guard, Nico Locco po? Oh, Nico Locco. Pero ikaw ay Canadian and half
Filipino or full Canadian?
Actually, I was born sa Italy.
Wow.
But yung mom ko is half Italian, half Filipino. So I would say I have a quarter Filipino blood and then 3/4 Italian. But I lived in Canada, so I was able to attain my citizenship. Yun.
Di ba mahilig ka sa pasta?
Mahilig ka sa pasta?
Di ba? Tinatanong ka, tumingin ka. Huwag kang bastos sa guest.
Ano ba? Pizza?
pizza, hindi,
Pati ka
pasta.
tumingin ka sa kanya, ba't sa akin ka tumitingin?
Hindi kasi parang
Ano?
nakita ko na
Oo.
sa Canada may kanina. Kasi parang tinatanong ng mga staff if,
Oo.
ayun nga, half
Oh, kasi
Canadian
nakalagay
ka.
sa internet, I think, Canadian.
Yeah, oo nga. It actually doesn't say that I'm Filipino online eh. So I'm not sure how that happened. But it is because I lived in Canada for over 5 years.
Kaya siguro ganun.
Yeah.
Okay. So, paano nag-start yung pagiging yung model mo? Yung pagiging model?
Nag-start ako sa US because I went to school in the US actually, and then doon ako nag-start sa modeling and acting. So I did workshops, I did some local TV shows and local films, and then also modeling. And then eventually it led me to Asia, in
Yes.
Indonesia. And then that's how I started in Asia, was modeling.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And then,
How did you end up here sa Philippines?
That's a crazy story. Wala akong plano to be here in the Philippines. Pero I had one project. It was a music video with Nadine Lustre. So I met Nadine sa Indonesia. And then inaya niya ako to come here in the Philippines to shoot for the video. So I was just planning to be here for 1 week sa Subic. That's where the shoot was. And then, ayun, I really loved it. I liked the people. And so I decided to extend for another couple weeks. And then I started getting projects to do, modeling, some TV stuff. So I was like, okay, sige, maybe I'll stay here for like 6 months. And then it became a year. And now I've been here for 6 years. So.
Wow.
and natutunan mo lang yung Tagal.
Pakita mo yung hospitality ng Pilipinas.
And natutunan mo lang
Patingin, patingin.
talagang mag-Tagalog. Dito na.
Dito na. Oo.
Ang bilis mo naman
Sino
matutunan
nagtuturo
within 6
sa'yo?
years?
Actually, meron akong teacher dati. Pumunta siya sa bahay ko every week for like 6 to 8 hours. So it was quite intensive at the start. Kasi I really wanted to learn Tagalog. My problem is I hated being stereotyped as just a model. Kasi, diba, if foreigner ka and may itsura ka, you're automatically assumed na model ka.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm way more talented and smart to just be a model. Like, I
Yes.
feel like I can do much more. Pero yung problem is the language barrier. So, that's when I was like, okay, kailangan ko mag-study ng Tagalog before I pursue my dreams in show business.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And nag-start yun kay Nadine.
Yes.
Then, your next project mo is,
Ah,
after that,
Tuloy-tuloy. So I commercials is where I started. So
ang commercial.
back dami Nivea,
Ire-replay ko
Jollibee.
Jollibee.
McDonald's, Smart, all sorts. That's where I started. Tapos modeling, and then I was given an opportunity in film as well in 2019, which was my biggest break. It was an indie film, and I had no idea how to speak Tagalog. This was one of the reasons I learned, is because yung director sabi niya, okay, you're gonna have to speak 50% Tagalog. Kaya mo yan. I was like, oh, kaya ko. I just need to learn. So I did like a crash course for 3 months just to learn for the film. And then, sure enough, I was able to speak Tagalog in the film, and then we won an award sa Gawad Sining Film Festival for Best Film, and then I won Best Actor. So that
Wow.
was
Congrats.
probably the biggest project that kind of sparked everything.
Anong film yan?
It's called Sabado.
With,
Ako yung lead, directed by Carlo Alvarez, who is under Viva as well. Vanessa Wright, who is under Viva, and mga indie film actors. Yeah.
okay.
So, marunong kayong mag-Italian. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. Can you...
Pala-Italian.
Yeah, try to... Hindi ako marunong.
Okay, so
Try
basic
to...
basic
yeah,
na lang.
yeah, yeah.
I-greet mo sila.
Greet mo sila in Italian.
Okay. Buongiorno, come stai? Mi chiamo Nico, and tutte bene.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Madami kasi tayong viewers sa Italy.
Talaga?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
even Canada.
I actually maraming Filipinos sa Canada and also
yeah.
Italy.
Yeah,
Sa Rome.
yeah. Very many.
But when we call a girl beautiful, we say bella.
Yeah.
Bella.
So, for example, Bella.
Ba't ka lang?
Ay, ikaw din,
Oh,
Bella.
yeah, no,
I'm just,
okay.
halimbawa lang, grabe, defensive naman.
Sorry. Okay.
Selosa
okay.
kasi
Selosa
doon.
kasi ako. Oo, selosa ako. Okay. Pero ito, doon naman sa Viva Max. Kasi
Yes.
syempre, ang Viva Max today is sobrang kinoconsider niya siya as parang kumbaga Netflix na ngayon
Oo.
Pwede siyang
Netflix ng Pilipinas.
Oo, ilaban
Oo,
talaga
tama.
sa Netflix. So, paano ka napasok sa Viva Max?
I had a manager, namatay siya recently 3 months ago. And he presented me to Viva. Kasi we were looking at ways of how can I level up, how can I get with a network.
To grow.
To grow, exactly.
Yeah.
Para continuous ang work ko. Kasi that was the biggest problem, was just finding projects for me. TV shows and movies. So we thought, okay, Viva is booming right now. They're the biggest streaming platform in the Philippines. They have the most subscribers. And we were like, okay, perfect to. Kasi once you're in the system in Viva and they like you, they'll give you a project every month almost. So I was thinking, okay, for me to continue my acting career, Viva's a perfect opportunity for me. So I co-signed with my manager sa Viva, and then unfortunately namatay siya. So now I'm completely under Viva.
So, sila
Yeah.
na yung nagmamanage sa'yo.
Oh, sila.
Sila Boss Vic.
Yeah,
Yes,
sila
sila
Boss
Boss
Vic.
Vic. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and they're great.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them, and if they like you, they'll treat you like family. And that's what I really feel when I'm there, is they treat me like their son, pretty much. So, maganda.
Oh, ano bang tanong mo? Di ba kanina marami kang tanong?
Pero, ito,
Okay. Parang,
pero speaking of Viva Max,
Pero yung parents mo, no, now, nasaan? Like, where do they stay? Sa Canada?
yes, nasa Canada sila.
Okay. So, you're just here alone.
Ako lang. So it was hard when I first got here.
Ilang taon ka when you went here or toured around to work?
I was 22. 22. Kasi 28 na ako. It was-
Okay. Oh, ate.
Ilan taon kayo? Kayo? Ilan taon kayo?
magta-30 na sa 28.
Magti-30 ka na?
Ako
Ikaw,
30
Versal?
na.
30 na? Okay.
So, 29 lang.
Kasi 29 lang.
Ipupush natin na 29. Pero ito na nga, speaking of Viva Max.
Yes.
So, pag, syempre, Viva
Kanina
Max.
mo ba yung topic? Ano bang problema mo sa Viva
Hindi,
Max?
kumbaga,
Diba?
syempre, tatatak na din doon. May
Tama.
mga love scene.
Yes, yes.
So, doon sa love scene, hindi ka ba, paano mo na, paano mo, syempre, may
Hindi
training
ba
ba doon?
awkward?
May training ba sa,
Usually my workship kami before we start the film. It's called a sensitivity workshop.
Oh,
so
yun pala yun.
that's used for you to become comfortable with your partner, to break down those awkward walls that you have. Kasi, well, minsan lang eh. Minsan, diretso ka na sa set, and then you have to deal with it there. But it's really a comfort thing, and it's very intimate. If you guys have watched Viva Max, they're very intimate scenes. So
Hindi okay. Papatulong mo ko na. Odette, bukas na isalang mo to.
bukas na lang.
Pinalo ako. Ngayon mo na ako pinalo, ma.
Papatulpo.
Ngayon mo lang ako pinalo. I-replay.
Yes, oo. Nanonood ako noon ng
Nang alindo.
Ay, talaga?
Oh.
Hindi,
Ano?
sa kanya.
Buwisit ka.
Hindi, sa kanya ko napanood yun.
Okay.
Yung mga ganong ano.
Dinaman ka niya.
Akong pinalo.
Dinaman.
Ipapain mo, ma. Kalupit mo, ma.
Pero ayun nga, doon sa
Kaya hindi ka
mga,
nagka-love life.
sa mga love scene doon.
Anong problema mo sa love scene?
Hindi ka ba, dumating ka ba sa point na medyo na-awkwardan ka na dun sa...
Or
Kasi
na-develop ka?
Medyo awkward talaga. To be honest, it's the hardest part of the work that I do. It's not the acting part, like the normal acting, like dramatic scenes and all of that. It's the sex scenes. Kasi how do you make it not look awkward and make it look natural and make it look like you're talagang
Into it.
into it?
Yeah.
Nag-i-enjoy ka talaga. So that's the hardest part eh. And again, it's that like having that connection with your partner. Kasi if wala kayong connection, it really does look weird. And it looks like, okay, parang they have no connection. It looks fake, right? So that's the challenge of how do I make it look real, although it's not.
ano to? 50 Shades.
Yeah,
diba?
50
Parang mga
Shades,
ganon.
parang ganon. 365, ganon.
Oh, 300.
Pero hindi ka na-develop. Kasi it's hard. Kunyari,
Yes.
iba-iba rin yung
Off-air.
partner. Kasi very intimate ang sex scenes eh.
Tama.
So you don't get developed with your partners? Or did you ever get developed?
I like form something outside. Actually, I get that question all the time, like, nag-enjoy ka or na-turn on
Yeah.
ka or tumigas ka, almost to the point of that, right? And
Your manager na.
tumigas na. No joke.
Kasi hindi ka naman talaga tito. Hindi, pero
Nakakaloka.
akala ko formal siya kausap. Puti na lang gato siya kausap. Diyos ko, praise the Lord. Pero yun nga, may times na ganun.
Hindi. Para sa akin, hindi. Kasi there's so many people watching. Like, you got the cameraman, you have the director, you have the PA. So it's like,
So hindi ka na awkward with your staff din, like your PA. Siyempre.
hindi naman. Parang like, if I find myself getting turned on or like something's going on down there, it goes away quickly kasi never realize ko, okay, people are watching, like, this isn't, hindi totoo to. It's just for the scene. So my comment, like, hindi naman my realistic mindset sets in na, okay, hindi totoo to, it's not real. And then in terms of having the connection with my co-actor, walang ganyan eh. I sobrang professional ako eh.
So you never nangyari na may naging girlfriend ka na co-star mo?
Never. Para sa akin, work is work. I mean, if I met somebody, like, while I was working, okay yan. But it just hasn't, hindi nangyari yan eh. I mean, in the past, I've dated people from show business eh. Pero dun sa Viva.
Pa-blind item ka
Wala.
naman dyan.
Blind item. Ayaw na.
Kinilig ka na ng
Nakaniti lang siya eh.
Hinikilig ako.
Di ba yun yung gusto mo tanongin kanina?
Alam mo ba na, ang tagal ko kayo ni-stalk kita, sabi ko, ay, nakita ko na siya. Di ba?
Stinak mo ako?
Oo.
Ha?
Stinak mo ako?
Oo.
Saan?
Sa Instagram.
Nga sa IG.
Payat na mukha mo, mama.
May
Diba?
mga thirst trap photos dyan eh.
26 ang waistline eh,
Oh,
diba?
yes.
26.
Diba?
Oo.
Di naman.
Anong
Pero
tanong mo sa
ito,
love life niya?
Dito naman sa love life, sa aspeto ng love life, since maraming netizens na magtatanong nito.
So, since hindi ka na-develop sa partners mo,
Yes.
Oh.
how do you balance your work and your love life? Or it's not your
Hirap.
priority right now?
I mean, I consider love life taking care of your heart. Kasi pag wala kang love life, parang medyo left out yung heart mo.
Yeah.
Even though you're making lots of money and you're always busy, parang there always feels like there's this incompleteness. You know what I mean? Like, even though you're satisfied sa work mo, you don't feel happy talaga. Kasi walang love life. I'm not saying
Sabi ko
meron
sa'yo
akong
eh.
love life, but it's always important to me that I find that. Pero yeah, I would say I prioritize work. And it does affect that kasi wala akong time for meeting somebody or
For now.
For now. Yun, for now. So,
Pero anong ideal mong babae?
that's a good question.
Nakiitim?
ikaw ang, ikaw ang ideal. No,
Mars, nakakarami ka na para sa sampal.
dapat naka-black siya, dapat medyo brown yung hair niya,
Ayan.
naka-braces siya.
Ano ba? Pero hindi nga. Ano ang ano? Pero pag kunyari sa ugali.
Yeah,
Oo.
importante lang. Importante talaga yan. I mean, looks is good also, pero that
Matapang
only
sa
lasts
2 to
long.
4.
So long. I mean, short term lang yan.
Yeah.
It really comes down to
Because it
ugali.
ages, yeah.
So I really want someone that's magpagmahal, caring, understanding is probably the biggest thing for me.
Ma,
Kasi
wala ka na.
Wala ako yung understanding
wala na.
talaga eh.
Wala na.
May trust issues ka.
Wala eh.
Trust issues? Okay, that's a red flag for me.
Oh.
Sorry, ah.
Pero hindi. Ano ang masasabi mo? Kanya, wala ka bang trust issues?
Meron naman. Meron naman.
Away
Maybe
nga kayo.
because, I don't know eh. Hindi ako perfect eh. And I've made many mistakes in my past relationships. And siguro it's because of that. I'm like, okay, if I can make those mistakes, baka they can as well. So that's where the insecurities come from. But I wouldn't say like to the point of it being masyado. I think it's just like, I have them like everybody has them, diba? Not everybody is like completely walang trust issues, I think.
So, ano masasabi mo sa yung mga babae na gusto na ikaw na magtanong. Kaya mo na yan.
Ngayon marunong
Phone na lang.
magtagalog yung guess.
Ano yan? Sige
Hindi,
na.
pero kaya sa mga babae, yung mga tipong, ano yung mga ideal, kumbaga, ano yung mga ideal na
Physical ba?
physical naman.
Physically.
Maliban sa,
Yeah.
yun nga, sa pagiging mabait, gano'n.
So physically
hygiene.
na.
Siyempre, hygiene,
Hygiene
diba?
is big. Physically, I like morena. I like morena. And I also like curvy. Gusto ko may laman.
Oh. Thank you, Lord.
Ayan, diba?
Sabi niya, thank you, Lord.
Siyempre, may,
And gusto ko may laman. Talaga.
Kasi, syempre, di ba, mostly, pag sinabi nilang model, syempre, they look for co-models. Yun yung perception kasi here sa Philippines. Na
Yes,
parang,
yes.
kunyari, model, so payat, kailangan, payat din. Parang, yun yung ideal couple.
Oo nga. Oo
Diba?
nga. Kaya hindi ako mahilig kasi I host a lot of pageants eh.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm around Miss Universe Philippines. And even
Stalker, nakita ko.
alam niya. And
Nakita ko
seryoso,
nga.
I'm around a lot of beauty queens.
Yeah.
Like, even Miss Universe Global I saw all of them. But
yes, nakita ko din.
hindi updated.
mo
I
yan?
love it.
Updated ako.
Impressed ako
Supportive.
sa'yo.
Iba talaga hospitality ng
Supportive.
Pilipino.
Naman.
Sabi ko sa'yo, magaling tayo mag-welcome ng mga guests.
Wow.
ng mga nagsistay dito, di ba?
Hindi ka ganyan salita
I feel very welcomed
Oo,
right
diba?
now. Very
Pero-
hospitable.
Oo. Tapos sa pagdating naman sa hosting, paano mo siya nahasa?
Na, no?
Nahasa ba? Parang paano mo siya na-improve yung pag-host mo?
How did you get into hosting?
Hosting is one of those things. Kasi I did a lot of workshops on public speaking. It wasn't really based on hosting, but it was public speaking, getting that confidence in speaking in front of a crowd. Kasi yan ang pinakamahirap na part is speaking in front of a crowd and being confident in your delivery. It's not one of those things that you can really train, and then magaling ka na. You have to experience it talaga. Because like if I'm comparing myself when I was 5 years ago when I was hosting, it's like a completely different person. I would say I'm super bad dati. Pero ngayon, it's because I made all those mistakes, so I know how to handle everything. I know my weak parts, I know my strong points, so I stick to the strong points. It's again, kunwari my technical problems sa mic, right? Or they're saying stretch. Before I would panic. I'd be like, oh my god, shit! Like I have to stretch by. It's like
magbabanter ka pa nun.
it's like what are you gonna talk about? But again, it's like going through those situations, and then
Para
developing
alam mo
those
yung
skills.
gagawin
And
mo.
the Tagalog
The
part
long
helps because that's
Yeah.
that's part of my pull. Is what I usually do is I start in English, and then
Tapos,
isipin ng mga crowd na
magtatagalog.
ay grabe English yan. Parang mahihirapan tayo, di ba? And then, like, usually halfway through, then I'll start speaking Tagalog. And then magagulat sila. And then natuwa sila because of that, right? So, that's another skill that I've used. But it's, again, you have to experience it talaga. But sana my skills got to at least start.
Eh, di ba kailangan mo ng host wanted sa radyo?
Oo, kailangan
Kasi
ko.
kulang ka.
Pag wala pong mga attorneys, alam ko na
Ayan.
po.
Ako yung bagong host. Sige.
Diyos ko.
Accepted.
Oo, accepted na
Boy,
agad.
talaga abot ko. Kaya hindi.
Where's the contract?
Mukhang kaya niya mag-public service.
Pero alam mo, isa sa mga nagustuhan ko sa sinabi mo na hindi ka lang pang model.
Yes.
So, ang ginawa mo,
You're
mas
more
in-improve
than
mo.
that.
Oo, na you're more than
Yung nga.
that. Yun yung maganda sa sinabi mo. Kasi may mga ilan, hindi naman sa lahat, no, na pag model na lang.
Yes,
Stick na
yes.
sila doon, tapos maghahanap na sila ng ibang racket.
Yes.
Tapos hindi na nila i-improve pa yung skills nila.
Exactly.
Diba?
Exactly. Especially pag foreigner ka.
Yan nga.
Kasi,
oo.
kasi ang daming foreigners, they go here and they try to do exactly what I'm doing, right? But I was saying this to my friend actually earlier today, is it's not an easy thing to do. Kasi I will always be pigeonholed as the model na may itsura siya, but pag modeling lang. I mean,
Tama, oo.
because usually sa show business, puro Pinoy.
Yeah.
It's, whereas like Hollywood you see all sorts of different cultures from all different countries. Pero dito sa Pinas, they focus more on Pinoy. So I said to myself, no, I can do this. How do I create the bridge from me and mga Pinoy? How do I create that bridge, right? And that was by learning the language and learning the customs here and adjusting to your guys' culture. Diba? Not the opposite.
Tama.
Kasi maraming foreigners pumupunta sila dito tapos they expect Filipinos to adjust
To
sa
them.
kanila. And it's like, that's baliktad. Because I'm a guest in your country, right? So, I'm always thinking about that I'm a guest in your guys' country. So, dapat ako mag-adjust. No?
Di
Pero
ba ganyan gusto mo? Understanding na
Oo,
lalaki.
tsaka nag-a-adjust
Yun ba?
palagi. Tsaka palagi nag-a-adjust.
Oo, yun ang
Oo,
gusto ko.
palagi nag-a-adjust.
Ay, yeah.
Pero paano mo nalaman sa sarili mo na gusto mong pasukin ng pagiging actor? Lalo na dito sa Pinas.
Like, bata ka pa lang ba? Yun na yung talaga
Paano
gusto
nalaman?
mo?
Actually,
anong calling mo? Paano
Gusto ko maging actor ever since I was a kid.
Wow.
So like, because I nag-workshops ako when I was 12. I was doing chabak and all these different acting techniques, right? So gusto ko maging actor sa US. That was always my goal. And then, ayun, sobrang hirap sa States.
Yeah,
Like,
kasi
very,
medyo yung wide variety of
Tama,
talaga.
exactly. And very, very talented. And if like, kunwari, I would go to auditions every day, right? And habang ang pila. And I'd be like, okay, I'm ready for this. You know, I got my white shirt on, I got my jeans, I'm looking pokey. I looked at myself in the mirror in the car, and I'm like, let's do this game na ako. I know the lines, I know the script. I get there. The guy behind me is more pokey. He's taller. He's more muscular. He's more talented.
Diba?
And my confidence goes like, I'm like, shit. I'm not gonna get this one. So, but when I came here, meron akong edge, right? Because I look different.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's my competitive edge, right? It's
Here.
like my, diba, dito. So again, it comes down to learning the language and
Yeah.
being able to communicate properly.
Doon ka ma-differentiate with other
Alam mo,
foreign
isa pa?
models.
Yes.
Alam mo, sa isa pa, napansin ko sa'yo, yun nga, maloko ka talaga. Hindi
Ka...
ka...
Ba't masyado ka observe? Ba't di ka ganyan sa ibang guest?
Ako lang?
Hindi, di ba
At
parang...
saka babae ka ngayon dati galit ka lagi. Menopause ka na.
Lambing mo yan eh.
Ang advantage kasi... Galit eh. Galit ako ng 2 to 4 eh. Nag-evolve
2 to
ako ng 4 to 5.
Uy,
Ayan.
hindi. Kahit 45 minsan galit ka.
Hindi, yun ang
At saka
maganda.
napapalo niya ako ngayon, ma. Medyo
May mga talo? Grabe siya.
Di ba?
Ay, nako.
Pero kasi, ang advantage mo nga is, ayun nga, medyo witty ka. Unlike
thank
sa
you.
mga ibang models na medyo
Hindi, kasi
seryoso,
usually,
gano'n.
yung mga models, lalo na kung foreigners, medyo masungit.
Yes,
Usually,
yes,
gano'n na.
masungit.
Here, kasi marami na rin akong na-meet, medyo gano'n yung ugali.
Tama.
So, si Shari medyo nag-ano kanina na baka mahirapan siya kasi language barrier.
Kasi sabi ko,
may guess kayo kanina.
Hindi, pero...
You guys thought
Yeah.
once, okay.
oh, tsaka
Lalo siya.
akala ko seryoso siya. Akala ko, hala, baka maupusan tayo ng topic sa kanya, baka maupusan tayo ng questions. Yung pala, maloko talaga siya.
Ay,
Diba?
hindi ako masungit. Pero I was. When I first came here. I was just like all those other foreigners you say na masungit, parang...
Dahil, trust issues.
Kasi dahil... Trust issues. Hindi, dahil sa culture namin. That's just how we are in the States, in North America, and even Europe. But again, it's going back to what I was saying. Kailangan mo mag-adjust.
Yeah, 'cause
So
you're
I
here.
adjusted to the Filipino mentality.
Ano naman ang pinaka nagugustuhan mo sa Pinoy?
I love Pinoys kasi kahit poor sila or they don't have a lot of money, happy pa rin sila.
Yes.
And that's
See?
very hard kasi if you go sa States, right, a lot of people are very stressed out kasi they're trying to make ends meet. And dito, is parehas. Pero at least they enjoy life. And friendly sila. Friendly sa isa't isa. And very hospitable din.
Marami kang friends na, may mga circle of friends ka na puro Pinoy.
Meron naman. Actually, most of my friends are Pinoy. And it's not because I chose that. It's just it ended up like that. And it did help with me learning Tagalog also.
At ano ang pinaka-favorite dish, Filipino dish mo?
Favorite dish?
Pinoy Pinoy
Oh, Pinoy dish. I don't want to say chicken adobo because I feel like everybody says that. Bicol Express.
Oh.
Oh, di ba marunong ka magluto?
Marunong
Talaga?
ako ng crispy pa.
Ay, crispy pa. Gusto ko yan. Sige na.
Talented
Ano
to.
Ito
ba?
sa kitchen.
Punta ka nandun, sabi ka na sa kanya sa
Hintayin kita.
kondo.
Uy, ano ba?
Ito lang ako.
Ano ba?
Gusto ko Bicol Express.
Ayan, tapos maanghang.
Yeah,
diba?
maanghang.
Sobrang
Dapat,
anghang.
dapat.
Din,
Pero
marunong ka rin magluto.
Prito nis.
Ikaw yung crispy.
Pero ano yung pinaka nagugustuhan mong lugar dito sa Philippines so far? Pinaka magandang napuntahan mo?
Actually, because I've been to mostly everywhere in the Philippines. Dahil sa hosting for pageants and corporate But my favorite place sa lahat ng lugar dito will have to be Palawan.
El Nido, Coron.
Coron. Coron. Because I haven't been to El Nido pa. But I've seen pictures. It looks absolutely amazing. Pero I love Coron.
Oh, see?
Talaga.
Diba?
Sobrang ganda
Kakagaling
doon.
ko lang doon
Baka nandun siya.
Taga Palawan kayo? Hindi.
Hindi. Galing lang ako doon.
Talaga saan?
Sa Coron.
Ay, bakasyon?
Yes.
Sino
bakasyon
kasama
na.
mo?
Pinsan, ikaw naman, nagsiselos ka naman.
Ay, diba? Salasakan. Sino kasama mo?
Diba nga pinsan ko? Pero sobrang ganda nga naman ang Coron.
Diba? I love it. So, nag-island
Yan, tumawa ka na lang dyan.
Hindi, ang bait mo kasi talaga kayo eh. Kahit yung floor manager natin nagtataka sa'yo.
Hindi kasi lagi daw akong galit.
At saka
Lagi daw
masulit
Talaga?
talaga siya sa ibang guest.
Ang bayat mo today.
Oo nga, oo. Hindi ako sa akin ang galing, hindi ako guest.
Si Marisol, sweet niya. Alam ko yan. Pero ikaw, oo, bayat mo.
Ang bayat ko daw?
Bait, bingi.
Tabi na nga lang kami. Tabi na nga lang kami.
Hindi ka galit.
Ha?
Hindi ka galit?
Hindi ako galit kasi ang pogi nga ng katabi
Ay,
ko.
ganon.
Yes.
Ay, sige.
Oo, pero pag tsaka yan,
Iba.
tapos na, time na.
Di ba,
Ay,
dami
na.
mo bang gusto
Oo,
itanong?
madami. So, nawala nga lahat eh.
Nawala na?
Oo, alam mo, pagpasok mo kanina, pagpasok ko, ang pogi niya nga.
Hindi mo natuloy kung ano yung gusto niya sa physical pag girl.
Ano pa?
Oh, curvy, morena talaga.
Buti na lang, di ako nagkokojik.
Kasi, I mean, wala akong experience with Asians dati. Because in North America, sort of the circle I was in was more Americans talaga. So when I came here, I was like, wow, ang ganda ng mga Filipina. Sobra. Like, natural beauty talaga.
Di ba 100% Filipino ka?
Oo,
100% ka?
Oo, ito, black yan.
Ay, black yan.
Black yan. Si Cesar kasi
Nagpakulay ka
kinulayan
lang.
eh. Dapat kasi hindi kinukulayan yung buhok. Black yan.
Dalaga ka?
Ha?
Dalaga?
Dalana. Dalaga. Ayan. Pero, eto nga, ano pa, maliban doon sa...
So, curvy, morena, what else?
Simple lang. Hindi ako mahilig sa mga sa mga girls that want all these things. I really just mahilig ako sa simpleng bagay. Like going out of town, and staying at a very basic hotel and doing, just going to the beach or enjoying the local festivities dun. Yun lang.
'Di ba? Tapos eto pa, nagkaroon ka ba ng girlfriend na Pinay?
Yes. Yes. Dati.
How many years or months?
We were together for 10 months. Medyo messy yung relationship, won't lie. You said you researched me, so...
Hindi naman
dapat
nakita yun.
Naku, hindi
dapat
ko na
alam mo
naabot.
yan eh.
Hindi ko na naabot
Wala,
yun.
hindi
Wala kasi
lumalabas.
akong pakialam sa ex mo eh.
Kasi
Ayoko.
ikaw yung bago.
Oo.
Medyo-
Sabi mo nga kay Gab, sobrang ulit to. Ayan. So, nakailang girlfriend ka na Pinay?
Isa lang na serious. Kasi, I mean, I've had mga fling-flings, but she was serious. Siya lang. So, one so far.
Alam mo, ate,
Why did you guys break
ang
up?
siya nga nung babae na yun, pinakawalang ko.
It's,
Nakakainis.
ayoko mag-usap about that. But,
Like, what's
it
the
didn't go well. It
general
didn't go well. It
issue?
was a mess up. My third party.
Sa'yo?
Oo.
Ay, ayoko na nga.
Ay, grabe! Judgment. Pero, you know,
Parang gusto mo
you
pa
know,
rin.
fortunately, you know, I was young and stupid, eh. I was young and stupid, and I really did make a
How
mistake.
old were you when you had your first girlfriend?
It was when I first came here. So my career was just starting. I was going up. I was getting a lot of attention from people.
So parang very parang naninibago ka. You're still enjoying
Tsaka,
everything.
Yes,
curious ka pa
exactly.
sa mga
Yeah.
bagay-bagay
Curious
dito.
ako. And so in the first place, I should have never gotten into a relationship. So, I mean, it was a very good learning lesson for me. And alam ko na when I get into a relationship next, seryoso na. No more playing around. Kasi
Pero kailan yung last?
that was 3 years ago. So, matagal na.
Abal lang.
Oo,
I've been
galapit kayo.
recovering. I've been getting my shit together first.
Still, until now?
I wouldn't say I think I'm okay na ako. But I
So-
medyo cautious na ako to get into a relationship dahil sa mga nangyari before.
Pero hindi yun yung priority mo now. Since...
Hindi ko priority.
paano kung kunyari na-meet mo na?
Yeah, yun nga eh. I mean, I wouldn't be close to the opportunity or to the chance. If
Still open pa
It's still
rin.
open. Siguro that's when you meet those kinds of people, right? When you least expect it eh.
Pero
So,
you're not looking.
No, I'm not looking. I'm looking now.
Ay, ano ba naman yan?
Halika na, magpalit ka.
Uwi na tayo?
Sige na, palit na ta. Magpalit kayo ng floor director. Hindi nagbabasa.
Kaya nga eh. Oo, yan. Bumuka ka.
But I will say on that note, kasi I've heard the phrase once a cheater always a cheater.
Ito, motto
and seryoso hindi totoo yan. I really think that's a cliche that should be debunked and erased from society kasi people do change. We live and we learn. Talaga.
Siguro mo na yung sinabi.
Hindi, pero siguro, once a cheater, always a cheater kapag nagstay ka pa rin doon sa isang tao. Or
Siguro.
kapag,
Siguro mas applicable yan if you stay sa isang tao. But men specifically, we all learn. Kasi, I mean, a majority of men go through that parang chick boy
Phase.
stage, you know,
Yeah.
fuck boy stage, especially pag guwapo eh.
yun ang sinasabi ko.
But, gets mo ang sinasabi ko?
Yes.
Parang we can change and we can learn and we can develop eh. But unfortunately, we have to go through those low points and seeing people hurt and seeing failed relationships for us to learn those lessons. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do or to encourage people to do it. I'm just saying we have to learn before we can fix it eh. We have to make mistakes before we can learn.
Pero paano ka mag-handle ng relationship? Lalo na kung na-try mo na ba ang LDR?
Hindi ko na try. Ang hirap. Ayoko.
Base pa lang sa kwento, no?
Oo.
Hindi mo
Mahirap
kaya
na.
because...
Kasi I need that physical interaction with that person.
Oh.
Parang ang boring naman. You call them every night, FaceTime, how are you? It's just like, same stuff, how was your day? And then, yun lang. Pero,
Mas gusto mo talaga if you're gonna get into a relationship, yung nandyan siya physically
yes,
talaga.
yes.
Ano ba language mo?
Love language ko is words of affirmation. Yes. Kasi diba may quality time, may words of affirmation para sa akin. Kasi yung schedule ko sobrang busy. Wala akong time to spend with that person all the time. So, hearing those words of affirmation is very important to me. Kahit through message or through phone call.
Alam ko naman na yung phone.
send mo na.
May good morning may ka-good morning na ako ngayon.
Ay, dapat-
Some words of
dapat.
affirmation.
Oo. Kayo?
Okay. Ito, anong love language
Huwag mo
mo?
ko idamay ikaw.
Anong love language mo, Marisol?
Gifting.
Gifting.
ikaw.
Talaga?
Acts
Talaga?
of service.
Acts of
Akala ko
service.
self-service.
Self-service.
Pwede din naman. Minsan.
Minsan.
Acts of service ako. Ayan. Kasi maalaga ako.
Ay, okay.
Binibilang ko ng kape.
Pa-caregiver na din.
Binibilang ko
Caregiver.
ng lunch. Ganon.
That's
na,
nice.
hindi sinisingil.
Nang hindi sinisingil.
Pero pag ako nagpapabili, sinisingil niya.
Ma'am, ito yung binayaran ko.
May resibo pa yun.
Ayan. Pero familiar ka kay Senator Raffy Tulfo.
Familiar naman. I've seen his show before and Tulfo in Action. I've watched it.
funny.
Imagine funny kasi
Ay ka pa sa akin, ako yung anak. Ang lupit mo.
I've seen yung mga episodes before, especially kasi may mga times na may foreigner.
Yeah.
May mga foreigner with the Pinay, tapos, ayun, nagkaroon sila ng problem.
Anyway, Nico, meron ka bang gustong i-promote ngayon?
Sure.
Yes, actually. I just finished a film. It's called A Femme. And it's my first title role. It's a Viva Max.
Wow!
So we just finished shooting it. It'll be coming out likely in March. So A Femme that's directed by Lynette Zurbano for Viva Max.
Yeah.
Ako yung lead, so you have to watch it. Tapos, meron akong isang film called Stalkers. Not Stalkers, sorry, that's another one. Sandwich. That's by Direk Brillante.
Ang sarap naman nun, sandwich.
Ayan, sarap yan. Abangan nyo po. That's coming out in March as well for Viva Max. That's directed again by Direk Brillante, so it's gonna be good.
What's
Wow.
the storyline of yung A Femme?
A Femme?
The movie.
It's very stereotypical. Speaking of scammers, it's kind of... Have you seen the show Tinder Swindler?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Parang ganun.
Kind of parang ganon. Like, I meet dalawang Pinay, and I'm talking to them online, and I pretty much tell them I'm pupunta ako sa Pinas. And
Okay, panonoorin ko
it
to.
just so happens na best friends sila. So,
So, nag-share sila ng info.
So, nalaman nila, and they decide na, okay, let's make this a contest. So, whoever can win me over gets to have me. And I bring that girl back to the States and give her a new life and new beginnings. So, very on par with what we were talking about kanina. Tapos, malalaman nila na scammer ako. I'm only going there to get a girl to help me smuggle drugs para sa business ko over the border. So I end up picking one, and then they find out, and I try to shoot them, and then I won't give away the story.
How about the other movie? What's the storyline?
Sandwich, mas grabe ito. I actually have like neck tattoos and a bunch of tattoos. In
So,
this
bad boy ka dito.
Oh, bad boy ako dyan. Ako yung parang kontrabida, if you want to say that. That one's about, I'm stalking a couple from across the window. So I see them in my condo building, and the definition of my character is exhibitionist and tawag dito, voyeur. I don't know if you guys have heard the word voyeur.
Can you elaborate?
Voyeur,
Yeah.
I had to look up this word, din eh. It means you get sexually aroused from watching other people have sex.
Very Netflix.
Yeah, very
Yeah, very
Netflix.
Netflix.
Tama. So I end up watching them, and I stalk them to the point where I accidentally run into them in the elevator, and then I take them up into the elevator, and then all hell breaks loose. Parang kasi psycho ang role ko, and I killed my wife before kasi she cheated on me. So I'm kind of looking at that couple as like they're my parang she's like my wife. So I pretty much I do everything to screw up their relationship kasi inggit lang ako. Yeah. They're very, very good. Both thrillers, Both thrillers. So definitely worth watching.
What else? Movie event.
Events, maraming events I'm always hosting, so they're hard kasi minsan they're corporate events. You can always check out my my IG.
Yeah.
Ako po si Nico, and then as well as YouTube.
TikTok.
TikTok as well, yes. Ako po si
Di
Nico.
ba hinanap mo yung TikTok niya? Tanong mo na sa kanya.
Alaga?
Oo.
At tapos, ayun, Facebook. Nagvo-vlog minsan also.
Pero
Nagvo-vlog ako.
hindi ka ata active with vlogging now.
Hindi na.
Pero you tried it before.
I did. I tried it before. And then,
Did you like it or no? Not so much.
Ang hirap eh. It actually, you think it seems easy because you're just like vlogging whatever you're doing that day, right? Yung mga activities mo. But you have to think of ideas, and it's like you have to conceptualize talaga. And then you have to edit. And it has to be interesting and funny. So, nahirapan ako. And it wasn't really satisfying like it was with acting. Like when I finish a movie, I feel so like, I did something completely different. I was a different person. Pero sa vlogging, hindi siya satisfying for me. Although, I mean, it's quite lucrative for some people. I mean, they make a lot of money doing it, which I can respect that.
Oh,
You
okay.
know.
Pwede mo nang i-promote yung inyong Instagram account or kung anong gusto mong i-promote.
Yeah. Check me out on Instagram, ako po si Nico, as well as Facebook, Nico Locco. And YouTube, hindi ako active sa YouTube, but hopefully I will become active on YouTube, as well as TikTok, ako po si Nico. And yeah, basta check out everything coming soon on Viva Max, as well as sa Facebook ko.
Do you have ongoing shows or movies sa Viva Max right now that you want to promote?
The ones that I mentioned, kanina, those are the ones that will be coming out. Right now, I have one. It's called Lovely Ladies Dorm.
Lovely Lady Storm.
Yeah, that's out right now on Viva Max. Yes.
Thank you very much, Nico. And maraming netizens ang nag-enjoy, especially mga girls. Ayan.
Parang
Pero
Talaga
ako
ba?
talaga. Sabi ko, ngayon na ako nakita ng ganyang kapogi.
Kasi
Sa
kanina
Ay, wow.
talaga, guys, pagdating ni Nico, hindi niya talaga napigilan sarili niya. Pogi mo.
Sabi ko sa kanya, ang pogi mo nga.
Nang sumilip siya sa door, ang pogi mo.
Oo, diba? Mukha siyang saint.
Say, ano, no?
Mukha ka daw
Mukha
siya.
kang santo.
Ay, talaga. People always tell me I look like Jesus.
Oh, actually, yun nga.
I don't know why.
Ay, mahilig to magdasal.
Mahilig akong magdasal. Lumuluhod ako talaga sa
It's a church.
To
No,
pray.
pero maraming salamat for having me. I really enjoyed.
Yes.
And the pleasure
Hindi,
was all mine.
maganda nga kasi at least people can also see the side ng mga models
Yes.
and mga foreigners na that work here sa Philippines. Kasi not all know kung bless na kay Papa Jesus. Ano ba?
Luluhod na ako kay Papa Jesus.
Basta kayo, Jesus.
Ayun nga. So, not all people alam yung like talagang ugali ng mga models. Kasi yung iba nga, yun yung stereotype that
Yes.
masungit,
Yes, yes.
entitled or something, di ba?
Yes.
Pero there are some naman, but at least alam ng tao na may iba talagang hindi naman ganon.
Yes, I
Diba?
appreciate that. You can actually count them on your finger here in the
Yeah.
Philippines. We're konti lang kami.
Yeah, well, true din naman, but at least some people would know na may nag-exist.
Yes, exactly.
Napaka-rare ng
Yes,
Nico Locco.
rare
Kasi,
gem.
ano siya yun nga, super witty niya. Okay.
Yes.
Ay, thank
Anyway,
you.
thank you very much, Nico and mga kapatid, sa pagsama sa amin dito sa Bardagulan Seria Show. Sana hindi pa ito yung last na makapiling natin si Nico.
First and last. No joke.
Thank you very much, Nico Locco. Bye!